everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome to an extremely fun video today because we are going to be talking about the intro and the start of our 6x6 paper pad series that is coming up in just a few days. Now, not only is this going to be a fun series, but I'm really excited because this is going to be in partnership with Scrapbook Generations and Allison Davis to show this class on this channel. So excited because I just love Scrapbook Generations. I love what they do for our industry, and then I also really enjoy Allison's work. And this is also one of my top 5 favorite scrapbook classes, bar none, ever. So we will be talking about that. But I do want to say right off the bat, do you have to have this class, because this is a class, this is a paid class, do you have to have it to partake and enjoy this series here at RTS? No, but it will be helpful. And so it's so inexpensive. But guess what? Scrapbook Generations is going to be offering a discount to my subscribers. So you can look below. There will be a discount code. Hop over to Scrapbook Generations and grab this class. Now, even without a discount, it's only $15. So what a steal. Because I think right now when I do this series, this will be the 5th time. The 5th time I have done this class. It is bar none my favorite scrapbook class I've ever bought, scrapbook class I've ever taken. It is my favorite, and I have just, because you can clearly see you can do it over and over and over. So even at not a discount at $15, it's just a steal. Try to find a scrapbook class nowadays. That's $15, yes. And I think there is about 49 to 50 pages in this class, so it's not only sketches, she gives you detailed work and this and that. So again, with that, there is a discount code below because Scrapbook Generations is just that awesome, and they are offering a discount to my subscribers if you would like to pick up this class. But along with that, you do not have to have this class in order to partake in this series and in this class. It's just helpful because I will not be showing the sketches, because it is paid content. And then also we will be talking about Allison's work and what she added to her layout. So you will be looking at that to the side if you wish to, but you don't have to have it. But I won't be giving exact measurements from Allison's sketches because that's not how I'm going to do the class. This is just showcasing the class. This is not the class. I just want to say that. You need to see Allison's work, yes, for the class, because it's extremely awesome. What I'm going to do is going to be showcasing a portion of the class, and of course at the end do my little spin on it. Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do about 8 to 10 layouts. Some will be a single page and some will be a double page layout. It all depends on what I want to do, you know, all about mood and feel. But in Allison's class, they are all double page layouts. And so I was just thinking, well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Because someone had asked that when I talk about this series, could I show which 6x6 paper pads that I'm going to use in the class? And I did do that. I did sit down. I planned out the content. I planned about 15 layouts. I won't be showing all 15. But I did pull the paper pads that I would use to go along with that, just to give someone a head start if you wanted to see that. But you know, of course, with scrapbooking, you can adjust anything as you go. So let's talk about Scrapbook Generations for a minute, because in our industry, Scrapbook Generations, I think, is one of the top 3 companies because they are what they say they are. Because Scrapbook Generations has the logo, your local scrapbook store virtually. And that's exactly what this company is. It is your local scrapbook store, which I don't have one, never had one. My local scrapbook store was 2 hours away, and then it has closed years ago. That is exactly what Scrapbook Generations offer. They offer you everything a local scrapbook store does, but they do it virtually. And if you live close to Springfield, Missouri, you get to partake in their store, in their classes, in their events. They have put so much thought and work and time and energy into what they offer, not just an online store. No, it is way beyond that. So I'm going to put all the links to everything I talk about below, because even if you don't do anything with the 6x6 class, you know, as far as the series, even if you don't even look up getting to the class, head over to Scrapbook Generations and see what they offer, because right off the bat, they offer free sketches. Hello, thank you, Scrapbook Generations. And then also, too, they have free weekend. Every first weekend of the month, if you were to place an order that's $25 or over, they give you a free kit. Who does that anymore? And then every Monday they have a markdown section. And then they also have what I think is revolutionary is the Bank-It program. And so you place an order. Once it gets to a certain threshold, they will hold all of those orders, whether you order one piece of paper at a time, or you order one sticker pack at a time, or you order a collection at a time. They will hold all of that for you and send it to you once you get to a threshold for free. I think it's $75. No, $99. Okay, so it is just an extremely awesome company. And so and then they also have the latest and greatest when it comes to product. I just can't say enough. They really, and I would tell you, I've been on a spending freeze for the last few years, and so Scrapbook Generations is one of the top companies that I have used over the years to build up my inventory because of their markdowns, because of their mega sale events. National Scrapbook Day and Black Friday, I miss those. I truly, truly do. And I'll be talking about that at the end of the year in my spending freeze. Black Friday will be coming up. So this is where you need to go for Black Friday sales if you're into scrapbooking. And so I miss those events. I really do. But I'll be talking about that coming up. And so then their name is Scrapbook Generation. So that is truly what they are. They are nothing but about scrapbooking and then generation, not only within the owners. The owner of the company is two sisters, and then the one sister has two daughters. So Debbie and Karen are sisters, and Debbie has two daughters, Stacy and Allison. And Allison is the creator of the class that we're going to talk about. So not only do they do what they say they're going to do for scrapbooking, but also generation. They do it within their own family, and they do it for us with our family, helping us scrapbook our generation. They truly are what they say they are. I will never say enough about this company because all four of those ladies have it going on. Not only do they scrapbook, but they offer scrapbooking, and then they teach us and show us and inspire us to keep us scrapbooking. Now, how many companies can you say that about? That's what I'm saying. They're one of the top 3 companies in our industry, truly, bar none. You pick up the phone and there's someone answering. It's not a machine. No, it's not a live chat. No, it's Scrapbook Generations. And a lot of you already know and love this company, but I just wanted to give a shout out to some new scrapbookers and new people on my channel. You have to just look into this company. There's just no other way about it. It is just an extremely great company, and they're so gracious. So for them to allow me to showcase this class on the channel in this series, very, very happy about that. And so this is by Allison Davis. She is the daughter of Debbie, and she is the niece of Karen, and she is a sister of the wonderful, fabulous Stacy. So whenever you see all of these lovely images and artwork and how this website's put together and just how everything flows, that's Stacy. Yeah, that's Stacy. She is the guru when it comes to that. Just look at this beautiful. It's just beautiful. Everything's presented beautiful. Everything's done beautifully, and they do it with a beautiful attitude. And to me, that means a lot. So that is Scrapbook Generation. So let's talk about the 6x6 paper pad class by Allison Davis. This was the first one she offered. Again, favorite class ever. If something was to happen with this class, say if I lost my papers or something happened, it got mangled, I got water on it or something, I would absolutely go that next day and buy it because this is just my favorite class. And like I said, this is probably the 5th time I've worked this through. Now, when we talk about this class, how do you want to handle it? You can absolutely use 6x6 paper pads, which we're going to talk about that, okay? But then don't limit yourself, because if there's anything I want to say about this class, it's one thing. This is not just a class. This is a concept. And I'm all about the thought process when it comes to scrapbooking, and this class is truly what I mean. It's not just a class, it's a concept. So you can use 6x6 paper pads, but then you also could use what we're currently getting into our stash, which is 6x8 papers, and then you also could use your 8x8 papers. So if you say, well, I don't have any 6x6 papers, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. You can use a 6x6 paper pad, you can use a 6x8, you can use an 8x8, or 8.5x11, or you could use scraps, or you could use regular 12x12 paper. You just cut it down. This is what I mean. This is not just a class. This is a concept. There is so many ways to take this. And so as I present and showcase this class, it is not simply about take this 6x6 piece of paper and put it here with your photo. It is way beyond that. It is a concept. It's a thought process. It's learning something. That's why I love it. Okay, so along with that, let's see there will be a discount below. the class overview. Again, we will be doing about 8 to 10 layouts. Some will be single, some will be double. I'm trying to look at all my notes, and basically at this point it's chicken scratch because I've been working on this for a few months. I have been. And so let's talk about Allison's work, because this is where the class, if you would to buy this, again, discount below, but even at not a discount, the full price is $15. I mean, you just can't beat that. We will be talking about the sketch and Allison's work as we go through the layout, because as I showcase this, I'll say, okay, we're going to be working on layout number or sketch number 1, and then look how Allison did this, look what the idea she gave for this, and that is where this physical class in your hand would be beneficial. Again, you don't have to have it. You absolutely do not have to have it, because we will be doing layouts and talking about 6x6 paper pads together, but this is beneficial. And a lot of you already own this. So just dig it out and let's play together. But if not, you need to add this to your inventory of class material and inspiration. Okay, so then let's talk about... we will talk more about Allison's work as we go through the class, because she's very talented. She's known for one thing, which we'll talk about that. All right, so I wanted to show you a couple examples of layouts that I have used over the years in this class, because this class has been around for a few years. And believe me, this is just a small sampling. And I wanted to show you that I used this class for an entire Epcot trip. I just went from one country to the other. Literally, and using Allison's class, but I have those in a pile to be put away, so it's kind of getting hard to do layout shares when I'm in the process of doing my layout project of 2019, but I did find a couple, and so this was totally inspired by this class. It is a double page layout. It's very simple, but it's very effective, very colorful, again, using 6x6 papers. And so then here is another one, and so this is about Build-A-Bear. And so as you approach this class, you can definitely do it for a trip. You can do it for everyday photos. You could do it for a birthday. And it's limitless. It doesn't have to be all one event to do this class. You can see in mine, it's going to definitely be a hodgepodge of topics. Yes. And so this was, again, inspired by this class. And there's some stamping on there, some color blocking. Yes. And then also... this is a good title for when your little one leaves home. Shape up and ship out. Yeah, very, very fun. Of course, that wasn't fun at the time. I cried. I still look at that photo and I get a little choked up. Again, inspired using 6x6 paper pads from Allison's class. And then another one, inspired. And so this one has a title, Have No Fear, Hand Over the Key. This is about my little one getting her permit and her license. Very fun. Again, inspired by Allison's class. And again, using 6x6 papers, again, inspired by this class. So that's just a small little sampling. But I have, as I was going through and picking out some layouts, I was surprised how many of my layouts are inspired by Scrapbook Generation sketches. It's amazing. I don't know where my scrapbooking would be without them, because they truly have been part of my process over the years. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 6x6 paper pads. I'm going to show you the ones I have pulled, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to use any of them. You can just use anything. You can scrapbook anything. You can do a 1-page, 2-page. Believe me, a lot of versatility. But a few people would ask if I could show what the ones I was going to do. And so that did take a little bit of planning, ladies, but I did it. I absolutely did. And so if you don't want to see that, just come back in a few days. We're going to start, and we are going to start with layout number 1. If you would like to look at that class material, read over it. But again, this isn't just following the sketch and doing a layout. This is about teaching a concept, and we'll be talking more about that concept, because I will not be doing every one of those sketches. So what I'm going to do now is show the paper pads that I picked. Let me get them here and I'll show you. Now, like I said, I planned about 15 layouts. I have all my photos ready, but that doesn't necessarily I'll be doing all of them, because when I do something like this, I like to have versatility, because I may pull something out and I may not be in the mood for it. So, yes. And again, I just wanted to do this intro video, because then when we start in a couple of days, I don't have to cover any of the stuff I just talked about. We can get right into playing and creating. So one 6x6 paper pad that I'm going to play with. The plan is, this is my pile. is My Mind's Eye Pretty Things. Of course, very vintage, I love that. Just love it. And then we have Pink Paisley Solstice. I have my favorite Pink Paisley line ever, Cedar Lane. I know we all love that, absolutely. And then my favorite, My Mind's Eye, yes, line ever, Splendor. So isn't that something? When you are working at something like this, you don't know where to start. How about this? How about you go to the last paper pad you bought, something that's new and fresh, play with that. Or how about go to something that you just love? It's your favorite 6x6 pad. Go to that. And then also too, maybe inspire yourself and pull something that is an older 6x6 paper pad. In my pile, I have all of that. I have something new, something favorite, and something fun, and then something old. So then we're also going to be playing with Echo Park, A Dog's Tale. You know what that's going to be about. We got some puppies coming up. And then I have some travel. This is by Basil. I don't even know if I knew they had 6x6. This isn't a pad, but this is a 6x6 pack. That is called Worldwide. Do I have a year for that? Don't matter, but we all like to know that. I don't know if I have a year. I don't even know if I have a back cover. Yeah, it was just in a cellophane pack. And then, of course, Jen Hatfield, Simple Life, my favorite line by her. And then we have something, I'm going to use this in conjunction with another paper pad. So that brings up a point. If you have a paper pad that you're pulling out and maybe it's just not exactly what you want, it's okay to pull out 2 paper pads to use with the same page. It's not just 1 paper pad per layout. No, because I'm going to use this in conjunction with Outfitters. So I have the Paper Studio at the corner of Chambray Fabulous. I guess that's what that means. Oh, at the corner of Chambray and Fabulous, probably. And then also Pink Paisley Outfitters. So I'll probably use those 2 together. And then, of course, Heidi Swap Wolf Pack. And then Andrea Lohman by Webster's Pages, Family Traditions. And then here's an old school. Lost and Found 3 by My Mind's Eye. And I think this is coming out... This is the Ruby line. And I think this is coming out at Tuesday morning, but I don't think they call it Lost and Found 3, but that was the 3. And then, of course, we have Pebbles, Happy Day. So I don't know which ones I'll be playing with, but that is the pile that is in works. And again, don't forget that you could pull your 6x8 because all you do is just cut it down. I mean, simply get the trimmer out, cut it down. It's just not, yeah, just do that. And then also, too, don't forget... You have some 8x8s. You could play with those too. I will be playing with 6x6, but I wanted to show that this class really is a concept. It's just not a 6x6 paper pad. You can also use other supplies you have because not everybody has several of these. So look at what else you have. And then if you don't have any of these smaller papers, just go to your scrap pile or also to just get out some 12x12 papers and we'll be cutting them down. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. So that is how this will start. Again, we'll start in a couple days, 8 to 10 layouts. Don't know. I have something here at the end. Oh, at the end, number 10, I was going to make my own. We'll see. We'll see how that works. I have a trip coming up, so we'll see how everything lands. And not everything will be back to back, but it'll be a day in between. We will just be working on this class. That's what I'm going to focus on for a little bit. So if you have any questions, please list below. Hit the show more button below. And if you hit that show more, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see more. You're going to see more of everything I talk about. And then also, too, look at Scrapbook Generations. Everything I talked about will be linked below. Just hit that specific link for whatever you want. And then also to look at the discount code that Scrapbook Generations is graciously offering if you would like to get this class. And I don't really say that you need to get a lot of things in life, but this is one of them. Because if you love 6x6 paper pads or you like to use smaller papers, this is something. It doesn't have to be 6x6 paper pads to do this class. Absolutely not. Again, this is not a class. This is a concept. Absolutely. So come back to RTS. We are going to get playing with this 6x6 series SG style. Yes, Scrapbook Generation style. So that's all I have for today. Come back to RTS because